Good evening. My name is Fredretta Brown Green, and I'm the children's librarian here at the Julia Hampton Morgan Public Library. And today we are here to honor the winners who have placed an honorable mention in the Roxy Lancaster's Holiday Writing Competition. First off, we will have a welcome by Dr. Katie Bell, President of Montgomery City County Public Library.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. Oh, it's so wonderful seeing so many of you, especially the children. Just a joy having been in education all my life to see this many babies. Oh, my. But for my task, on behalf of the governing board for the Montgomery County City Public Library System, I welcome you. We're very, very happy to have you here today. And we're especially happy to have you here at the Julia Hampton Library. I hope if you've been here recently, you noticed that we are in the process of renovating, and we have new carpet, and we're just moving right along with the renovation. But so you enjoy what you have today, and come back as soon as it's done, and hopefully it will serve your purpose very well. We thank you for supporting your children, our children. As we hear all the time, this is our future. Without them, we will not exist. So parents, grandparents, teachers are underlying teachers, and simply because when two of the teachers came here with me, and the kids just jumped for joy. Oh, that's the love of a teacher. We certainly welcome each of you. We're very happy to have you. We appreciate the support that you're giving your children, as well as this program. Because without you, parents, we would not exist. So please continue to work with your children and to cooperate with your school programs as well as the public library programs. We were very grateful for that. I would be remiss if I did not say we're also very grateful to the Montgomery City County governors, our friends of the libraries, the Library Foundation, and any other agency that supports this agency financially. Without their finance and their support, we would not be here. The building would not be here. We would not have the money to buy updated technology and databases, newspapers, magazines, and Dave, myself, I still have to rely on newspapers and magazines. I have to feel it. We would not have that if it were not for those, the support, the financial support of the public. I would be remiss also if I didn't say thank you to the staff here for taking time developing programs such as this. And without that financial support, we would not have the group here to help you. Enjoy the program, sit back, relax. My only request that you continue to support your children by bringing them to the library, carrying them to various things, and giving them the strength and the love that they need to grow up to be productive citizens. Have a good day, enjoy, and we will hope for the best.
Now we'll be getting right into the good part, and that's what everyone is waiting for. And Angelica Jones Simmons, and she's the librarian one at the Raymond Public Library. She will be announcing the winners, and the awards will be given out by Bill Ford, President of the Art Council of Montgomery.
Good afternoon. We'll get right to it. We're going to go through the honorable mention first, and they'll come up and get their award for Mr. Ford. And all that place third, second, and first, they will stay up here, and while their essay will be spoken out by, y'all excuse me, by Greta Lambert and Corey Lawson, and they're from Alabama Shakespeare Festival. Okay. Let's get started with first grade. Honorable mention, Alex Dyer Forest Avenue Academic Magnet Elementary School. Honorable mention, Noah Fu, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Kate Kane, Forest Avenue. Okay, third place goes to Coates Griffin, Forest Avenue.
Do you want to stay here while I read your story? Once upon a time, there lived a boy named Alex. One Christmas Eve night, Santa came and went down the chimney. Alex heard a loud bam. It was very loud. Alex got up and slowly walked into the kitchen, which was right next to the living room where Santa was. Alex hid under the table and he saw Santa. He looked hurt. Alex walked into the living room and asked Santa if he was okay. Santa said he wasn't okay. Alex called 911. The ambulance showed up 10 minutes later and they said he had torn his ACL. And that he couldn't have Christmas. Alex knew it was up to him to save Christmas. He would deliver toys, but Santa would have to steer the sled. Alex said, Santa, tell your elves to make a remote control and then connect it to your sled. Well, Santa liked the idea. 20 minutes later, the elves were finished. Off went Alex. He came to the first house, but Alex realized it was 7 a.m. Alex was sent to every house. He finally got almost finished. He had one more house left to go. It was 7 a.m. He hurried, but suddenly he heard a door open. A kid walked in. Then his vision went dark. In 10 seconds later, he could see. He was in bed. He got up. He said in his head, it must have been a dream. He walked into his parents' room. He woke them up and he said, let's open presents. And so they did. Alex lived happily ever after.
Second place would be Layla Abdallah, Forest Avenue.
Once, Rudolph was painting with Santa. Santa was good, but Rudolph wasn't. He was using his hooves to paint, and it was messy. So Santa told Rudolph to use his nose instead. So Rudolph did. And then his art was good. Rudolph sold his art. He became a famous person. So he told Santa he was too busy to guide his sled. Santa was so sad. When it was Christmas, Rudolph heard the news. It said, breaking news, Rudolph quits guiding Santa's sled. No Christmas this year. Rudolph was sad. So he decided painting could wait. Rudolph went to the North Pole. Santa was happier than ever, and Christmas was great.
And first place is Anderson Page Mudley, Forest Avenue.
This is called Santa, Go to Sleep. Once upon a time on Christmas Eve, Santa was really sleepy. The elves tried to get Santa to take a nap, but Santa said no. Santa was so tired he was delivering presents to naughty people and coal to good people. The elves had a plan. They grabbed all the presents and ran to a store that had beds. Santa ran after them. Once Santa was in the store, the elves ran to the comfiest bed they could see and jumped in. Santa followed. Then he felt the bed. It felt so good. Santa took a power nap. Santa woke up. Santa woke up after 1 or 2 minutes and was ready to go. Santa started to deliver presents to good people and coal to naughty people. Christmas was saved. Santa thanked his elves, and he never got in a situation like that again.
Okay, second grade. Honorable mention, Olivia Folk, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Joyce Lee, Forest Avenue. Joyce Lee. Honorable mention, Alina Olsen-Schimp, Forest Avenue. Third place goes to Jackson Ramsey, Forest Avenue.
Christmas in Candyland. Once upon a time, in a sugary land known as Candyland, 2 children named Joe and Lisa wandered around their gingerbread house in the middle of the vast sugar prairie. They ran toward the Hershey Kiss Mountain, called Mount Everchocolate, and dashed through the candy cane forest just to get the perfect Christmas candy cane. But they couldn't find one. They realized they were lost. They couldn't find the right way out. Then they saw something in Marshmallow Bush. It was a peppermint drone. The drone led them in one direction, but not the right way. They appeared at the King's Cake Castle. The king saw Joe and Lisa and asked, "Are you looking for the perfect Christmas candy cane?" "Yes," said Joe. "Then come right on in," the king said. Joe and Lisa followed the king into the castle and into the garden. They cut the candy cane down and ran out of the forest, over the mountain, and back home.
Second place goes to Saya Bagat, Forest Avenue.
Me and my brother love Christmas. When morning came, my brother and I woke up. It was bright, snowy, and cold in Colorado. First, we went downstairs and ate breakfast. Next, we watched a movie about Santa Claus. Also, we ate yummy, yummy popcorn. The popcorn flavor was buttery. We even ate yummy, yummy candies. Then we played with our dad and mom. The game we played was Monopoly. I was the winner. We had so much fun playing Monopoly. After that, we ate dinner. Last, we played hide and go seek. My dad is the best hider. Finally, we drank hot chocolate. We even ate s'mores. Those are the reasons my brother and I love, love, love Christmas every year.
First place goes to Rivers the Huff Eastwood Christian Elementary School.
This is called Christmas at Grandma's. We had lots of fun on Christmas at Grandma's. We finally got to Grandma's house, and when she opened the door, she had a big smile on her face that almost made me cry. We came inside, and Grandma offered us cookies. They were all different shapes, and they tasted really good. After that, I went and got on Grandma's huge couch, and I fixed my spot for the night. The best thing about it was I got to sleep next to the Christmas tree. Then Grandma came and gave me hot chocolate. It had marshmallows in the shape of a snowman. Grandma turned on Christmas carols. My grandfather woke up from his nap, and Grandma and Grandfather said, "Merry Christmas!" My mom came over to where I was, and she said, Grandma said that you could come outside and roast marshmallows with the other kids. So I got off the huge couch, and I roasted marshmallows. I made the biggest s'more of all the kids. Johnson, my brother, Johnson, my brother, roasted his marshmallows till they were black. He likes them that way. Knox, my other brother, was especially excited for the fish fry we were having. My grandmother must have caught fish. He has to catch them now, or the pond or river will freeze over. So he got his gear and jacket, hat and gloves. He came home after that, and in his bucket, he had 10 bass. He cooked them, and we ate them. We ate Christmas cookies for dessert. Then we opened presents, and my grandmother kept saying, 1, 2, 3, open! I loved opening presents. We went to bed after that. It was a great Christmas at Grandmother's.
Now for third grade. Honorable mention, Chloe Jane, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Jeremiah Johnson, Eastwood Christian School. Honorable mention, Nigel Sledge, Forest Avenue. Third place goes to Michaela Austin, Forest Avenue.
Winter troubles. Once upon a time, a little girl named Erin, her mom Michaela, and her dad Charlie were sitting by a warm fire. They were drinking hot chocolate on Christmas Eve. But that night, there was a harsh snowstorm. The house was flooded and everything was lost. But Erin remembered the true meaning of Christmas was to love and celebrate God and Jesus, not to have a good home and lots of presents. Michaela and Charlie remembered too. Since they all had true Christmas spirit, they had a good holiday. New Year's Eve was here soon after. Aaron, Michaela, and Charlie were having fun. They remembered to have God, and they lived happily ever after.
Second place goes to Harper Thomas Eastwood Christian.
The candy vandal. There's been a terrible damage around the neighborhood. A vandal has painted the houses red and white. I sat and watched the news report and couldn't help but feel guilty. My name is Candy, and it all started because I was starving. I snuck into the pantry to grab a snack, but saw a ton of candy canes hiding in the back. My mouth watered at the thought of that delicious snack. I ate and ate until all the candy canes were gone. The next morning, I woke up to a smell of peppermint. I jumped out of bed and gasped at what I saw in the mirror. I was red and white striped. It was the candy canes. I decided to have some fun in the neighborhood. I wanted everything to be red and white just like me. I dipped my paintbrush into red paint and got to work. It was late by the time I finished and got home. Then I saw the news report. I needed to tell the police. I picked up the phone to make the call when I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was my sister Pepper waking me up on Christmas morning. Phew! It had all been a dream.
Okay, first place goes to Will Birchfield Eastwood Christian.
The magical necklace. One snowy afternoon, I was outside building a snowman, and bang! I looked over and saw a sleigh crash into the snow. I couldn't believe my eyes when an elf jumped out of the sleigh, wearing a glittering jewel around his neck. I rushed over to him to offer my help. The elf explained that he was on a mission from Santa to deliver presents. The elf said his necklace was magical and he used it to transport himself to the houses of the boys and girls receiving presents from Santa, but somehow the necklace had broken. He needed to fix the necklace so he could finish delivering presents. I offered to help him find a way to fix his necklace. Just then, carolers started singing about the birth of Jesus Christ. As they sang about Jesus, the elf's necklace started to glow. It was fixed. All the elf needed was a little faith and help from the Lord.
Fourth grade. Honorable mention, Hope Birchfield Eastwood Christian School. Honorable mention, Lathan Townsend, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Afia Zahim, Forest Avenue. Third place goes to Matthew Hodges, Eastwood Christian.
One bright morning, Santa woke up as usual and ate his delicious breakfast. While he was eating, his messenger elf gave Santa his yearly paper of all the good kids of Alabama. Well, there were way more good kids than usual, and Santa didn't know where they lived. Santa had to make a test drive around the state. While he was driving, he drove smack into a tree. His reindeer were hurt, and his sleigh was badly damaged. Santa didn't know what to do. He thought and thought, what could carry all those presents? A tractor, exclaimed Santa. Except, where can I get a tractor? Santa looked around until he saw John Fluffy, who had lots of tractors. Santa asked Fluffy if he could borrow a tractor. Fluffy agreed. But Santa realized he couldn't drive a tractor. So Fluffy drove for him. Christmas was saved by a tractor.
Second place goes to Annabelle Escobar, Forest Avenue.
The Christmas Cat. It was Christmas Eve, and cold winds swept through the forest. It was snowing heavily, powdering the ground with white snowflakes. Moonlight shone on the sleek pelt of the black cat. The cat's name was Shadow. He was taunted by all the other forest animals, especially the wolves. They said things such as, "Oh no, a black cat just crossed my path," and "What bad luck." Or they glared at Shadow whenever they saw him. Shadow had no friends except for another cat named Frost. Frost had lost her eye and got into a fight with a wolf. She had many friends. Frost walked up to Shadow carefully. He abruptly turned his head towards her. She nuzzled Shadow's flank gently. "Are you excited about Christmas?" asked Frost. "What is Christmas?" asked Shadow. "What?" replied Frost. "Christmas is when all the animals of the forest gather around the great maple tree to spend time together, sing carols and eat scrumptious things, and sometimes we also exchange nice gifts." "That sounds fun," said Shadow. "Good," replied Frost. The next morning they both woke up and padded to the great maple tree. Shadow celebrated with all the other forest animals, and no one ever taunted him again because they saw how nice he was.
And first place goes to Jennifer Lee, Forest Avenue.
Elf Academy. Once, there was an elf named Dawn. Dawn was very unique. Her skin color was pale blue. Her hair was a beautiful gold. She loved Christmas. There was one problem. Making toys wasn't her talent. But she was an elf. Later, Dawn had to make toys for Christmas, but she did not know anything about building toys. Every other elf was busy preparing for Christmas except Dawn. Dawn was over in the corner studying how to fix toys. She was thinking hard for ideas. Dawn felt hopeless. After a while, Dawn got an idea. Dawn's idea was to build a school. There are no schools in the elf world because everyone expected perfection. Dawn was the first to create an elf academy. In Elf Academy, they learned to build and fix toys. Finally, on Christmas, Dawn was amazing with toys. She became the leader at Elf Academy and got a master's degree in toy fixing. Dawn became an elf hero in the elf world for her creation.
Now fifth grade. Honorable mention, Leandria Brinson, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Elizabeth Lee, Forest Avenue. Honorable mention, Colette Zavada, Trinity Presbyterian. Third place goes to Kylie Dickinson, Forest Avenue.
A little white mouse. A little white mouse crept into a big white house. He struggled to move through the ice-cold winter ice and wished with all his heart to be somewhere warm and nice. Suddenly there was a big light that gave the mouse scream in fright. The lights were red and white, hung on a tree. He wanted to climb on the yellow star and just be. Below the tree there were big red boxes with ribbons of gold and bows of silver, just asking him to come and be the giver. Because one box was far away beside the wall, on its side it lay. So he pulled and pushed all the way to the tree. He hugged it so tight he thought it might break, but it didn't, so he dozed off to sleep. When he woke up, something tugged at him. So he went to the one gift and carefully unwrapped it, and inside there was a little white house. He knew it was meant for the little white mouse.
Second place goes to Emma Hawkins, Eastwood Christian.
On Christmas Eve in the little town of County Downs, Olivia, the magic elf, was thinking. Every year she watched an old, unhappy man sitting in his wooden rocking chair on Christmas Day. No one knows his name. This year, Olivia decided that she would bring him to Santa's workshop. On Christmas morning, as the man sat in his chair, looking at the fire he lit, Olivia flew through the window of his house. The man quickly turned around as he heard a little flutter. Olivia gasped. She had never seen such a scary-looking face. He had gray hair, a huge scar over one eye, and a sour frown. She still had to do it. Olivia called in a sweet voice, "You need to come with me, and together we will go to Santa's workshop." The man just laughed. Olivia was very offended. So she sprinkled some magic dust on his head. Then instantly he was at Santa's workshop. He was frightened and started to run away. When Olivia caught up with him, his appearance suddenly transformed. "Olivia, forgive me. I truly know now why Christmas is so great." Then he believed.
First place goes to Anna Moore, Eastwood Christian.
The wonderful gift. Hudson, Matt, and Teddy all wanted the new walking robot for Christmas. Their mom took them to the mall where they found the robot, but there was only one left. Their mother said, "I have an idea. Whoever serves the community the best will receive the robot." All three boys worked hard. Hudson sang at a nursing home, Matt baked cookies for his class, and Teddy made blankets for the homeless. On Christmas Eve, Mom shuffled through the piles of gift wrap for the new robot. Suddenly, the boys heard a loud bang. Rushing to see what the noise was, they saw their mom staring at a pile of robot parts. Later that evening, Hudson, Matt, and Teddy heard a quiet knock on the front door. Sparky, their elf, dropped 3 boxes on the steps and hurried away. The labels read, "Do not open until Christmas morning." The boys wondered, could these be robots?
Awesome job, everyone. I want to ask all the students to stand. And let's give them a hand for a job well done.
You all were amazing. I know your parents are so proud of you. I just wanted to say real quickly that we have some wonderful family offerings at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival. Right now we have a Christmas carol running. In January we will open The Snow Queen. And later in the season we have Fly, a story about the Tuskegee Airmen. This summer we have the musical Annie. And all summer long, we have our summer camps, and I've left some information out there. I hope that you'll join us.
Okay, this year we had an overall total participation of 760 students. For Forest Avenue Academic Magnet, we had a total of 470. From Eastwood Christian School, we had a total of 66. From Trinity Presbyterian School, we had a total of 136. From Cornerstone Classical Christian Academy, a total of 10. Evangel Christian Academy, a total of 24. And we had 3 schools that had winners and honorable mention. Trinity was one of them. Can somebody from each one of the schools come up? Eastwood Christian and Forest Avenue. And what we're going to give each one of you books to take back to add to your collection. Now we will have closing remarks. Mary McLemore, Friends of the Library President.
I want to thank all of you for coming. This is one of the things that Friendsville City County Library loves sponsoring every year because we get to see all of you. Now, as a writer myself, I know how difficult it is to take something you have poured yourself into and worked so hard on, and others get to grade you on it. It's terrible. I hate it. That's why they call them rejection letters. I've got a wall full of them, trust me. But I want to thank the team in particular, the one who tried poetry this year. As someone who has published poetry before, sweat, blood, and tears following, that's the most difficult form of writing there is. It's like going to a chicken buffet and you have every kind of chicken there ever was, but you can only have one piece. You have to decide. It has to be the perfect piece of chicken with just the right seasoning. Poetry is like that. You have to choose exactly the right words to convey exactly the meaning you wish, in context and shortened. I recommend that those of you who did not try poetry this year, and I don't blame you if you didn't, try it. If nothing else, it will concentrate and focus what you really wish to convey. I hate to tell you how many times I used that in college. I was an English major, I confess. But I also have minors in sociology, Spanish, French, and history. I use poetry for writing for all of them because it made me concentrate on what I was trying to accomplish. I think if you try that technique yourself, you will see that it works. Thank you all so much for coming. You are going to be the generation that saves me from my greatest fear, which is, I have 2. One is that I'll run out of enough time to read everything. And the other one is, there won't be anything left to read under my Christmas tree. Y'all saved me. Thank you so much.
Before we leave tonight, we want to get pictures of the students. So could I get first grade to come up, honorable mentions, and first, second, and third places? With their certificates. And also after, we have refreshments outside.
No, I'm not recording.
Okay, thank you. Third grade. Third grade.